Hi, my name is Martha Kauppi. I'm an ASEC certified sex therapist and supervisor, and I'm here answering a question from a vlog listener about jealousy. So I'm going to do a little series here of me answering some questions from people. Let me read the question. Right now, something I'm struggling with is how to balance and integrate taking care of my own feelings with asking my partner for support and being able to receive that support. I seem to go to either extreme. Either I get into this needy, inconsolable place where I'm wanting reassurance, or I kind of emotionally distance to try to take care of myself, but then I can feel resentful because it feels like I'm doing it alone. I love this question because it's very common. This is a really common question. So I'm happy to talk about it and I hope it helps. First of all, I want to really break it down because there are about 6 questions in here. I took a few notes. There are so many questions. So first of all, there's this question of how do you figure out what it is that you want? What would you ask your partner for that would make a difference? And then how do you let it in if your partner is able to provide it? So that's not that simple, actually. And I think sometimes we ask for something that isn't going to make that big of a difference, or we're not thinking about it as sort of a question that is a little bit sacred. Like, I'm asking you to help me with my emotional confusion, distress, whatever it might feel like. I'm asking you for help with something that's distressing to me. That's a really different question from something. Sometimes we ask a question like that by saying, I want you to blah, 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 or I want you to blah, blah, blah for me. And that is a little more like a demand and a little harder for a partner to hear. So first of all, I would spend a little time looking inside and figuring out, what is it exactly that I'm wanting? Is it a deeper connection? What is it? And if you have something that's like, I want to see you more often, ask yourself, why? Like, what is it that you think is going to happen if you see this person more often? Because there's usually not just one way to get to any particular goal. So really spend some time figuring out what it is that you want. More stable connection over the course of a week or a month. Like, how could you maintain that connection in a way that works for both of you? Or a deeper connection when you're together. How could you together create a higher quality of attention and a higher quality of connection when you're together? Those are really different projects. So the first step is getting clear on what it is that you want, not just a thing outside of yourself that you want your partner to do, but what is the experience that you want to have? What experience is it that I think if I had it, this would be easier for me? And then ask your partner, like, can I share something about what's going on for me emotionally and get some help from you about how we might do it together? So that's how I would go about this. That's the first part. And then the second part, that sometimes I emotionally disconnect so that I can take care of myself, but then that can lead to resentment. Such a common question. So it is actually possible to take care of yourself. And by that, I mean like emotionally regulate, or distract yourself by doing some fun things, or whatever other way this might look. Self-care, management of your emotions. There are ways to take care of yourself without disconnecting from someone else. But so let me think, how do I explain this? If you imagine yourself as being on 2 feet, standing and balanced and grounded. So feel that. You might even try standing up on your 2 feet and shift your weight back and forth and get your weight evenly on both feet, and then really drill down and feel the earth under there. Now shift your weight onto 1 foot, get super grounded in your core and reach way over here. And that groundedness in your core is what makes it so you can reach for someone else. So what people sometimes do in a relationship is they just go way over here but they don't have a center of gravity in their own self. So it's very important to know where your center of gravity is, and it's important to have your center of gravity be you. How do you get your center of gravity in you? Lots and lots of different ways. I always have a list of things that it would be fun to do alone. It just helps me out. If my partner is going to go on a trip or go travel or do another thing, I like to have a list of stuff that I like to do alone so that I can remember, oh yeah, I could do this, I could do this, I could do this, I could eat my favorite food, I could do this, I could do that. Like whatever project or whatever it is that you particularly love to do when you're alone, start making that list, and also start expanding that list. Expand the stuff that you like to do alone, and get your center of gravity in your own happiness project. And I'll talk more about the happiness project in the next video. And then I want to ask, I'm going to break down one more segment of this, which is because I feel like I'm doing it alone. Doing what alone? Exactly. Managing my emotions alone, creating a happy life for myself alone, having a relationship with you alone. Those are really different things. And I would just reframe this whole business into the happiness project. So that leads me right into my next video, where I will talk about what I mean by the happiness project, how it came to be, and why I think it's a really important reframe about self-care. All right, thank you for listening. I hope this helps. Send me your questions. Sorry about that. Send me your questions and I will do my best to answer them. All right, have a good day.